And we're back, and what a sight to return to. Opening my eyes, I looked up to see Maeko-chan resting on my lap. Owie, I guess I tried to reach a bit too far. Thank you, Takahiro. You saved me, and you gave me a soft, well, kinda soft and kinda hard landing. Maeko-chan, do you mind you're crushing me? What? Oh my gosh, Takahiro, I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, it was twice. I'm only saying it once. As the younger woman began to become quite flustered, I knew I had to calm her down. Gently I tilted my legs beneath her and she toppled forwards, her head resting against my chest. Well, maybe we've learned that kitsune are just a little bit clumsy. Or maybe we've learned that Maeko is even cuter up close than I thought. What, Takahiro? I think you're mistaken me for Oni-sama. You're both cute in your own way. I mean, like, I honestly thought you would be a flat chest ball. That was pretty stupid of me to think, but you know. Why is it every time he says cuteness for a girl, they're either stark naked or, well, like this, boob shining and all? Nope, I'm clearly talking about you. You have that innocent side to you that is really charming. See? That too. I wouldn't be surprised that once the misunderstandings with the village are solved, you'll have lots of people wanting to claim you as their adorable Emoto. I'd happily call you Oni-san, Takahiro, but lots of people in the village are super meaty pants. I just want to spend the time with you and Oni-sama. Oni-san? And who's to say I don't want to be called darling? He's taking it all away. Oh, you bar plug instead. We're destroying this girl's innocence. Takahiro, don't make us, darling. I don't know if I'm ready. Okay, stick to Oni-san. Okay, don't say the darling. We don't want to ruin her innocence. Come on, Takahiro. Really? I'd say we'd be a cute couple. Oh, the hero and the kitsune living happily ever after with your Oni-sama around. Oh, raise a little family. Oh my, we already got a house, so we don't have to worry about that. And a guy in my world would kill for a pretty wife like yourself. Oh. Inwards I chuckled, knowing all too well that my teasing was taking effect, and yet I was also happy to see that, despite her embarrassment, the fox girl's spirits were seemingly lifted. Thank you for saying, Takani. Oh, I think Takakun would be better. Machiko-chan likely would disapprove of competition in the elder sibling role, but I'm glad you cheered up. Oh, he's taking it all away. This is a harem, to be sure. If the guards are involved, this is definitely 100% harem. You seemed rather down earlier, like the way your tail and ears were hanging low. Reminded me of a poor scalded puppy. If we have to I'm assuming that romance is involved in this. I'm not gonna romance Maeko. Why? It's that innocence. You just can't. I mean, yes, they're attractive, but it's the innocence. You cannot mess with that. It's just I have that rule. Huh? Oh right. I was just thinking, is all. You know that spell I wanted to try, the one that needs the silky wedding panties. Well, we didn't say. Okay. Wedding sash. It's a type of belt that a bride wears during their wedding ceremony. I doubt any spell involving panties would be a good idea to cast. Oh, I thought it was like wedding undies that you wear on your wedding night. It's like she's slowly killing the innocence. But it's still there. But anyway, the spell. I don't know why, but I've wanted to try it for a little while now, and, well, it's a gate spell. Not like activating one, that's easy, but actually making a pull to another place. Yeah, definitely. The sacrifice is the judo match. It certainly sounds like a fascinating spell to perform, but shouldn't you ensure it's safe first? Silly Takani, that's not important. The spell, it might be able to help you. It might, but it could just as well send me into the middle of the sea, drop me from the height of the Mount Everest, or trap me into a volcano. I think that we should be a bit more careful with your magic. I'm a good mage. We're not questioning your magical prowess. What we're questioning is the exit point. That's what Harry said when he told me Atlantis. He had a solution to their water shortage. No, that's what he said when Harry had a solution to their water shortage. Huh? What's Atlantis? A city with high ambitions, sunk deep by poor management. Anyway, I think it's best we get an expert's opinion first. We're going to visit this Tsuri anyway, so maybe she'll be able to tell us if your spell will get me home. Wah, but Tsu-chan tells me I shouldn't use magic at all. She said it was her domain to use or something. Maybe she has a reason for saying that. Like, maybe, I don't know, spells have side effects? Well, yes, this is the case. They all have side effects. You're just like Oni-sama was first. She forbid me to, but I showed her spells were helpful and I can control them, so she let me do more research. Well, she does know her best, so, yeah. It's just the teleportations, the gate spell I'm worried about. I mean, I don't question that you can activate it. It's just, like I said, the exit point. I mean, if we can see where we're exiting, then fair enough. Fair enough. But if we can't, and it's just like a swirling portal, then, yeah. I'm going to just throw spells around like... I'm not just going to throw spells around like nothing. I'm not a dumb little kid. Never said you were beautiful. I'm not going to try to forbid you from doing anything. You're most likely odd enough. Because, well, I don't know how young a foxy girl like you might be. But beware the dark side of the magic. In most stories, magic usually has some nasty effects down the line. Like, what would you do if using magic gave you a terrible tummy ache, or a headache, or diarrhea? Then you better prepare a teleport spell to the toilet. I don't get headaches, but those aren't really all that big of a deal. And I get... Wait, do you get headaches? Oh, I do get headaches. Damn it, I'm reading that wrong. And I get to be helpful to Oni-sama, and I'm not going to change that at all, so there. I already mentioned you didn't need to change that. However, what you do need to change is the fact you're straddling me, and you're rather close, so I'd appreciate it if you could get up. Ah, but you're so warm and soft. I could just curl up and sleep on you. Oh! Yes. What? Wait, don't go falling asleep. Nah, just teasing you. I'd not do that out here. Maybe tonight, though. Only fair, since Oni-sama got to do it. But more importantly than all that, dessert! We need to get back inside. Oni-sama is probably wondering where we got to with these apples. I couldn't really argue with the girl's impeccable logic. With a smile, I helped the girl to her feet and gathered the few fallen apples into the bucket and stood myself. Yeah. We returned to Machiko and enjoyed our dessert together. It wasn't too long after that Maeko-chan started to feel sleepy, so Machiko took her to her bed, wishing me a good night. The next morning, I woke the next morning to the sun filtering in through the wooden blind shutters, and yawned loudly. The girls had very graciously given me an entire room to myself, and it was certainly a lot bigger than my room back home. It was still early in the morning, likely a bit before breakfast, when I decided to spend a short moment to gather my thoughts. It was clear that to learn more about my situation, I would need to obtain the wisdom of the spirit dwelling within the shrine in the nearby forest. Perhaps at the same time I would be able to discover 2 more things that I found curious. And the first was the fact that Machiko seemed surprisingly nervous when the spirit herself was mentioned. What could have possibly happened to make Machiko react like that? The second thing was more important, to solve the problem surrounding the hostility between the Kitsune and the village. Of course, I couldn't forget about the fact I needed to find my way homewards also. It was just around the time that I finished gathering my thoughts that Maeko's voice resounded from downstairs. "Oh, Takani, breakfast is ready. Can you go and call Oni-sama?" Well, if she's a light sleeper, surely that would have woken her up. "Sure, we'll be right there." Now, Gogo Nippon is coming to mind at this moment. I wonder if we're going to have something like that. I quickly made my way outside the room, soon finding myself within one of the corridors of the Kitsune's mansion. Once outside, it didn't take long for me to find Machiko wandering down the corridors, her lips curving up into a smile when she saw me. "No need to look for me, Taka-kun. Maeko's voice reached me loud and clear." Well, there we are. "Good morning, Machiko. Did you sleep well?" "It was a decent sleep. Perhaps a little lonely, though." Oh, the teasing! However, you seem to be getting along with my little sister, Takani, huh? Maybe I should consider you the competition, a rival in the quest for the heart of dear Maeko-chan, to be the most fondly cared for elder sibling. She seems attached to it. I guess I'll be stuck with that name for a while. "Oh, is it not to your liking?" "Oh my. Well, what's going on?" It glitched on me. "Oh, is it not to your liking?" "Well, maybe you would prefer to be called..." Oh! She was listening! She was listening! Oh, I knew it! I take my hat off to you. Would you prefer to be called darling instead? You were watching us? Oh god, indeed. It was taking you both such a long time I grew rather curious as to your antics, so I snuck out. But I didn't see you at all. Well, I'm a Kitsune spirit. Hiding myself from a human is like playing hide and seek with a child. Then why didn't you two use your hiding skills from the samurai girls? I said skills first, right? I hope I did. Now that you mention it, the thought never occurred to me. Well, it was certainly fun getting chased by them. Plus, Maeko tends not to have a lot of control over her change. She is far too excitable to maintain an illusion. It is her one magical blind spot. I can't imagine it would have still been fun if the Tsuna Tyrant caught you both. That certainly would have been an unpleasant scenario to imagine. Then again, I'm sure you would end up saving me, Taka-kun. Yes, most definitely I would have saved you both. No questions, no asking, no hesitation. I could notice the subtle difference in Machiko's voice, the sweet sugar-coated words that caused my cheeks to flush up lightly. Well, the darling part made my cheeks flush. I really wasn't good at dealing with girls' flirting attempts. Well, I have never dealt with girls' flirting attempts at all, so yeah. Swiftly stepping backwards, I turned toward the staircase at the end of the corridor and replied in a hurried tone, Maeko-chan is waiting on us. And with that said, I rushed toward the kitchen, with Machiko giggling behind me as she followed. Oh! let us take a moment of silence for the forever alone people. Moment of silence over. Ah, good morning both of you. I fixed up some eggs and toast. Oh my, toast for you. There's some oranges too. Ah, wonderful. Thank you, Machiko. You are getting better at this. To be able to wake up with the knowledge a pretty girl made my breakfast, it's good to be alive. And perhaps when resting next to you. Right then, let me just say something. Right. That is good to be alive, although, yeah. But with you, that case, it was so glorious, so brilliant, so fantastical that being alive isn't enough. You can't even put it into words. Okay? You can't even put that into words of how great it is. And perhaps when resting next to you, that was a bit of an overkill, really? Oh! Well then again, comes a danger up in this club. Yeah, I know it's courtesy call, but what can you do? That was a bit of an that was a bit of an overkill. Especially the condition said girl was resting next to me. As if on cue, I recalled the sight of the sleeping Machiko yesterday, my cheeks colouring up a little while I quickly sat down at the table, trying to distract myself by changing the subject. So, thanks to you two, I learned a little about your world. How about I return the favour and talk about mine? Any questions you two might have? Oh, yes, I want to know, what are the spirits like in your world? Well, we can't see them. Spirit, you say? For a moment I tried to think about the question before I replied with a sheepish grin. While in our world, spirits are actually something out of folk tales, like they appear in stories and certain religions even worship them, but it's not like we got them running around like in this world. Folk tales? Worship? Your world is strange, Takakun. Ah, that's kind of boring. What about your life? Are you a defender of your village? You said something about judo before. What is that? You mean judo? Well, in my world, people go to school. That's basically a place of knowledge where you learn a lot of things before you're considered an adult in our society. But in my world, the defenders are known as the police. They keep the peace and such. I'm just a student, or you could say that I'm still studying to become a defender. Not just of my village, but of my whole country. Now, they could take that in the wrong way. Yes, it was over-exaggerating, but it felt kind of pleasant to call myself a defender. That sounds weird. Are the police like the army, defending the whole nation? Well, there are armies. Your world is very strange, Takakun. I wouldn't call it strange, Machiko-chan. It's this world that is a bit unusual, but no, to her, your world is strange, and to you, her world is strange. But to be perfectly honest, seeing a cat girl would be natural. The police are like guards of the village, while we have an actual army around to defend the whole nation. Either way, your world sounds like fun, especially if everyone's like you. Anyway, Oh no! Oh gosh, dang it! These oranges have all gotten worms inside them. Ew! Only summer. Did you forget to check them again? Oh, how terrible. Perhaps that was a day I had become overcome with fatigue and could not possibly pull myself from my bed sheets. Well. Big old lazy meanie. I'll just have to go and get some apples instead. While Maeko went outside to grab some apples, my eyes drifted towards Machiko, who was looking with a content smile at me, clearly pleased by something. It is good seeing her in such a good mood. It has been a tough few months, I must admit. She has been upset that her magical skills have not been progressing as fast as they once did. Well, we all have our ups and downs, especially with studying. I still remember how I used to dread the time we had exams. Still do! But I dread the aftermath more than the actual exam itself. So little time for my judo. It made me rather sad at times. That does sound rather stressful. Tell me, Takakun, what is it that you study? Oh my god. Tell me, Takakun, what it is that you study. I am intrigued by this school notion. Well, my situation is a bit different from most. While I go to school like everyone else, my main focus is actually on becoming an athlete. To explain it in a way you might understand, an athlete is someone who performs a certain sport, and those who are among the best represent their countries. I myself have an upcoming competition that would decide if I can represent my country at judo. I believe I understand. Your focus is on your strength, honing whilst still gathering knowledge to allow yourself a multitude of options. An interesting method. I must thank you, by the way. For what? I guess you could describe it like that, and thank me. Indeed, I believe that your appearance has a lot to do with Maeko's newfound joy. She is even singing out there. I have not heard her sing in weeks. It warms my heart to see her so overjoyed, and it is because of you. Thank you, Takakun. I doubt it's just because of me, but you're welcome. I smiled bashfully at Machiko before I continued speaking. Then again, I should thank you also for busting my rear out of jail. I don't want to imagine what I would have been doing if I was still in the care of the Tsune the Tyrant. You are most welcome. Please do not be so hard on Mio-chan though. There are many things here beyond her control. But it is perhaps out of our hands for now. I still wish to thank you, Takakun. I was wondering how I might repay you for bringing such joy to Maeko-chan. Oh god. Oh god, you know what she's suggesting. I do wonder what turned the village what turned the village to look so unkindly upon you and Maeko-chan, and repay me? For a moment my thoughts drifted towards a certain idea, but my cheeks quickly turned a scarlet red at the thought. Exactly. I can't ask such a thing of her. Exactly. You can't. I'm not sure I have anything in mind. Just your smile is enough repayment. You are a true gentleman, Takakun. A shame. I was thinking of such naughty things to do! Oh! Our gentleman nature got the better of us. Oh. The kitsune giggled gently to herself as she turned back to the garden, watching Maeko struggle to climb down from the tree with an armful of apples. Maeko-chan, there are only 3 of us. Your belly does not count as a 4th person. Speaking of a 4th person, I can't help but notice that from what I was told, you two used to interact a lot with the spirit of the shrine. What made you get so nervous when this Tessuri is involved? Nah, that's not so important. Oh, is that a giant bird carrying the seed of the world tree? World tree? Oh, maybe it is. I should go and... Ah, Tessuri Dono. Thank you for visiting us today. Machiko is right over there. Ah, Tessuri! No, I'm sorry. I've just been busy. Please forgive me, Tessuri-sama. To think she'd get so flustered. Is she that amazing of a person? You don't understand. It's complicated. There are certain skills that I, as a kitsune, can muster to use. A certain way of talking and acting to subtle influence how people perceive me. They are, I suppose they'd be like social skills for spirits. Tessuri can completely negate mine, and it leaves me feeling rather nervous and childlike. I see. So basically she's immune to your flirting and For a moment, my mind was connecting the dots when I planted the palm of my hands gently against my forehead. See, I figured it out already, good sir. Now I get it. Machiko-chan is afraid of approaching her because this Tsuri is an even greater flirter than her. Oh! But if she's flirting with you, I see you swing that way. Somehow I suddenly felt rather disappointed for some reason. Yeah, I'm disappointed greatly now. Oh. Ugh. That's not true. Well, maybe slightly about her being stronger. I mean, she is an overpowering presence, and it does not allow me to properly, do my thing. I don't know why you're talking about swinging, though. Oh, right, she doesn't get the metaphor. It means that, you know, like girls? Oh, really? Well, how about we forget all about Tsuri, and I show you exactly which way I do swing. Oh, she's toying with us! That won't be necessary. She must be quite a challenge to deal with, though, especially since... I briefly lowered my voice to whisper under my breath. You're already a handful to deal with when you start teasing. Haha, you are perhaps less of a gentleman than I thought, Takakun. Well, a girl like you saying all this stuff to a person like him and me, the reader, you can't help but destroy that wall. Or, I suppose, aspect. Then what would I be? A lovable rogue, perhaps? Oh, well, that's definitely not me. Well, maybe you see yourself as more of a hero type. Anti-hero. Obviously, I'm a hero. A perverted one, but still a hero. Oh, yes. Oni-sama, Takani. Welcome back, Maeko-chan. Oh, that's him. Damn it. Slap myself. Welcome back, Machiko-chan. How did the hunt for the golden apple go? No golden ones, but I got a lot of good ones. Even one that's shaped like a heart. Oh my. You can have that one, Takani. How dare you commit such an offense to me? An apple shaped like a heart? That's a curious thing, but could this mean you're confessing your love to me by giving me a heart? Maybe I am. I seriously think Ichikara would kill me if he saw me in my current situation. Why, thank you, my fair lady. I shall savor every moment of its sweet flavour. Oh, yes. Gasp! Maeko, how could you betray your love of me? Your one and only sister. Has all we have done together meant nothing? Oh my. Heh, but I love you too, Oni-sama. I found a super big apple that you can have. Polygamy at its finest. Well, you've both got to eat up. I don't know why I did it like that. We're going to go see Tatsu-chan. Wait, what? I thought we would have to at least had to request her permission and waited until she grew bored enough to reply. True, but when I was picking apples, I found one of the tiny familiars, and she said she wanted to see us today. Oh. Oh, poofy. Oh, and with that, I will end up episode 5. I will see you all in episode 6. Oh, Machiko and Teasing, it's affecting me. Good day.